Hi everybody, my name is Nicole. I am 27 years old and I'm a CP footballer from Sydney, Australia. I was born able-bodied, and as a child and in my teenage years I played a lot of indoor and outdoor football. I've played for my school, I've played football for clubs, and I've also played for representative teams. I was a very technical player and I was very agile and fast as well. When I was 21 years old, I experienced 2 strokes in my sleep, which affected my right middle cerebral artery and my left frontal lobe. For me, that meant that I lost use of my left arm and my left leg. So if you were to draw a line right down the middle of my body, everything on the left hand side was affected, whether it was movement, or my sensation, or my vision, or my hearing. That was all affected. As a result, I had to spend 10 weeks in hospital as an inpatient, learning to retrain my brain to learn to redo all these things I once did naturally all over again. So what this meant for me was that I spent around 8 hours every day in hospital with my physiotherapist, learning to stand up, learning to walk, with my occupational therapist, learning to use cutlery to feed myself, learning to write, with a speech therapist, learning to read and understand and comprehend different things that I was reading. The first time I ever saw a physiotherapist, when I was in hospital, they had to ask me for a goal to work towards, so we have something to work towards together. And my goal, I didn't even need to think about it, not even for 1 second. Straight away, I told them that I want to be able to play football again. So my drive right from the beginning, my motivation from when I had my stroke was, I said to them, I want to be able to play football again. And ever since that day, that's what we were working towards. So I spent from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd spend time in the physiotherapy gym, learning to strengthen my leg, learning to stand up, to balance myself, learning to walk, to heel strike and then push off with my toes. It was very challenging. I remember thinking to myself, I could do this last week, why can't I do it now? And I was just so determined and so happy and so positive, and all this positivity and my determination is what led me to have such a successful recovery. If it wasn't for football, I wouldn't have recovered the way I have now. So it took me 4 years for me to be able to play my first game of football again since I had my stroke. And that first game, I remember it being so different. It was so hard. Like I'd run, but I was much slower. I'd kick the ball with my left leg, but it was very uncoordinated and very weak. I'd sprint, and then my left leg would feel very heavy, and it was hard for me to lift and continue running. I'd receive the ball, and then I would just stand there and think, what do I do with it? My decision-making skills were affected. My planning and organizational skills were all affected. And I can confirm one thing: being born able-bodied and then having gone through this condition, having experienced 2 strokes, I can tell you that from the first game that I've played of football until today, I've seen big differences, both physically and mentally. So what that means is I have become much stronger. I'm slowly building up resistance to that fatigue when my leg was fatiguing, where I was dragging it when it was becoming heavy. I can run a little bit faster now. During training sessions, I've been forced to develop my cognitive skills, my decision-making skills, my planning, my organizational skills. I have been forced to make these quick decisions to speed up my thinking process. And overall, football has improved my quality of life, both physically and mentally. Something that many people take for granted. Having experienced the things that I have in my life, I just want to stress that football has so many benefits, whether they're visible or not. To me, they are so visible because I've seen a lot of change in me. Not only within football, but also outside football. So when I had my stroke, I was in my fourth year, or my final year of my university degree, and I was studying to be a teacher. And I was also told to rethink about becoming a teacher. But I feel that because I have pursued football, CP football in particular, the skills that I've gained through football, I have transferred them into my university degree, which has led to me planning my work, organizing my work, comprehending and speeding up my thinking process to understand what I need to do, what I need to write about. It has benefited me in so many more ways than one. And I've finished my university degree now, and I'm now a high school teacher. This to me makes me feel like I'm still a valuable member in society and I can still give back to the world. Whereas if I hadn't taken part in the CP football, I feel like I wouldn't have developed all these skills, and I would probably still be at home. Not positive the way I am now, but I would have been in a different state of mind. And I owe this all to football. Now, moving forward, I want to say thank you to the International Federation of Cerebral Palsy Football for all of the opportunities they have provided us, especially now in recent times, to the females. And I just want to say thank you for giving us something to work towards as well, to look forward to every single day. Thank you for giving meaning back into my life. Without this, I wouldn't be the confident and determined person that I am today. And I am looking forward to representing my country in the near future. I just want to make mention to all the young CP footballers in Australia as well that inspire me every single day. I see them and how determined they are and how hard they try, and it just makes me want to work hard, and it makes me want to help them and share my experiences and my skills with them too. So I just want to say that I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all develop into amazing footballers and hopefully representing our country in the very near future. So thank you.